And now let's meet our next team of challengers.
What is your name, please?
My name is Peggy Larson.
My name is Peggy Larson.
My name is Peggy Larson.
Follow along again, if you will, panel. I, Peggy Larson, and my husband have just completed a 3-year study on one of the world's most fascinating insects, the ant. Ants have inhabited the earth for over 50 million years, and their teeming colonies are found in almost every corner of the globe. There are some 10,000 different species, including harvester ants who collect seeds and make them into a sort of ant bread, gardener ants who grow crops, dairy-maid ants who milk herds of aphids, and army ants whose barbaric hordes kill all small living things that fall before their highly organized march. In many parts of the world, ants are considered a food delicacy, and it is said that the early Mexican Indians fermented honey ants and came up with a potent alcoholic drink. My husband and I have just written a book on the ant. We call it simply All About Ants. Signed, Peggy Larson. So, panel, these 3 ladies all claim to be Peggy Larson, and we'll start this cross-examination with someone who claims to be Orson Bean. Orson?
Thank you. Number 1, tell me about the barbaric hordes of army ants. What makes them so mean? Why do they like that?
I think they were hungry.
Hungry? Well, a lot of people are hungry and they don't devour everything in their path. I mean, an occasional individual might, but not a whole group. How did they get that way? I saw a movie once with Charlton Heston where the ants ate everything. They ate the last 2 reels of the picture. Why, is that true? Like in Brazil, they really have these, they leave a swath of destruction? Just come in whenever you feel like it.
Yes, it's true, mainly in Africa, sometimes in South America.
All right. Number 3, are ants communists?
Well, sometimes they're red, if that's what you mean.
No,
Kitty Carlisle.
Number 2, there's a very good thing called an ant farm that you can buy for children to teach them how the ants live. And the ants come in packages through the mail, but they're not allowed to transport the queen ant through the mail. Why is that?
Well, she's much more delicate.
Is that the reason? Not because she breeds too much? And would be too many in the package?
Not that fast.
Number 3, number 3, how come, what is an aphid?
An aphid.
An aphid?
Yeah.
I say aphid, you say aphid. I say potatoes, you say potatoes.
An aphid is a cow.
A cow?
An ant cow?
An ant cow.
Oh, but I mean, how do they milk it?
By stroking it with their antenna.
Oh, it's...
They get a little stool and they get down there. Tom Poston.
Well, thank you, Bud. Number 2, where does the milk come from in these aphids?
It's not milk. It's a substance called honeydew.
Where does it come from? They have little udders and things?
No, it comes from... They're a simple insect. They're simply hollow and they contain this. They turn what they eat into a sugary, syrupy substance that they store.
I don't think I understand exactly yet, but... Oh, I see. Squeeze them. Number one, what are pupae when you have one of those little ant farms? What do they refer to as pupae?
It's one stage in the development of the ant.
Peggy Cat.
Now, about these aphids. Number 2, I have aphids sometimes on plants. On plants, not on me. Plants. And I want to know, are those cow aphids that I have? Because I'm thrilled. I mean, could an ant come along and get milk out of my aphids?
Oh, yes. Your aphids will give milk even if they're not struck by an ant, too.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You can open a dairy?
Now, number 3, are black ants meaner than red ants, or...
Well, that's a pretty much of a general question. There's so many.
That's the kind I know.
Well, well, then I'll give you a general answer.
Okay.
To say that one is meaner than the other would not, well, it just simply, I couldn't say this because there are too many varieties.
And that's it. That's all the time we have. So mark your ballots like rapid little ants. Mark them immediately without change, without any consultation, of course, as you well know. Vote for number 1, number 2, or number 3. Ballots are now all marked. So, Tom, for whom did you vote?
I voted for number 1 because she mostly resembles my Aunt Anna. And, that's the only aunt I've ever had any real close association with. So
Peggy Cass.
Oh, well, I voted for number 3 because, well, she put me down. I don't know much about ants. That's right.
Orson.
The two liars have really, they know more than anyone would want to know about ants. I mean, they've worked hard. But I voted for number 3 because I think that ants are communistic. Aren't they? Well, you can't own. You never heard of an ant owning his mound and saying to the others, get out, right?
Kitty Carlisle.
I voted for number 2. I thought number 2 had a great deal of information, although I'm not sure that the Queen isn't transportable because she's so delicate. But I think she knew a great deal about ants.
Why is she?
Well, you've got that pretty widely split there for the 4 of you voting for 3, so let's see how it works out. Let's find out which of these ladies in truth is Peggy Larson. Will the real Peggy Larson please stand up? Very good. Thank you very much. Any little last-minute questions you want to straighten out?
I sent for an ant village once when I was about 11 and enjoyed it tremendously for about a week, and one day it was empty. Where did they go, number 1? I never was able to figure it out. They were the worst pets I ever had.
Didn't respond in kind at all.
Nothing at all, just sat there looking at me.
Is it true that they can't transport the Queen because she's so delicate?
I think it's simply that the Queen is hard to find, and therefore it's easy not to send her.
Number 2, what is your real name and what do you really do?
My name is Elizabeth Baker. I'm managing editor of Art News magazine.
And number 3, what is your real name and what do you do?
My name is Jane Jarvis, and I work for the New York Mets baseball team. And
No, she doesn't play second base. She's an organist, right?
yes, I'm musical director and organist for them.
Good. Well, in checking the score, you did well, believe me, because you trapped them into 1, 2, 3 incorrect votes, and that's 3 times $250 for a total of $750, ladies. And thank you very much for sharing this evening with us. Goodbye, and God bless you.